How's it, everybody? And welcome to the Daily Pigeon. My name is Andy Bumatai, and I will be your host. We're coming to you live from Hawaii. And for those of you watching on the rerun, you'll notice that we play a video in the beginning of the show to give those joining the live stream a chance to settle in and let us know they're here. Those are the comments you'll see popping up on the bottom of the screen. Now, today's video takes us through a tentless drive on the island of Oahu, the one we're on right now. Okay, so I tell you what, I'll see you on the other side, and thanks, for watching.
There's a highway out of this town, and the stars light it up as they shine on down. She's driving off in this world alone. No, she ain't never going home. She lights a cigarette, puts one end on the steering wheel, and the radio plays her favorite songs. And if the lyrics get messed up, she won't give up and sing along. She sings along. The girl is always on the run, faster than a bullet from a gun. The girl is always on the run, faster than a bullet from a gun. She said so long, got rid of her phone. She ain't ever going home. She sold all her stuff, it reminded her too much of him. From the couch to the sheets that they've been sleeping in. Now she's kissing brand new lips and trusting brand new eyes. I'm sure that they don't realize it's in her eyes. The girl is always on the run, faster than a bullet from a gun. The girl is always on the run, faster than a bullet from a gun. She said so long, got rid of her phone. She ain't ever going home. She needs a little while to better understand why she left her heart in someone else's hands. She tries to save herself by escaping in some fun. She wants to feel the same like before it all went wrong. The girl is always on the run, faster than a bullet from a gun. The girl is always on the run, faster than a bullet from a gun. She said so long, got rid of her phone. She ain't ever going home. So long, ooh, she's never going home. She's never going home.
Okay, let me do my little speech here. For those of you who are new to the show, welcome. You're watching the Daily Pigeon. My name's Andy Bumatai, and I'm your host. And here we talk about all things Hawaii from the perspective of people who have a true love for the islands. We don't talk politics, so if you're the type who likes to get angry on purpose and you haven't turned your caps locks off in a few decades, well, this may not be the show for you. Okay? Because here we concentrate on what brings us together not what separates us. And we show Hawaii news clips, purposely avoiding the if it bleeds, it leads mentality. Okay? So, that said, I tell you what, let's go to the big board and see who's here and say aloha to a few people. Okay? Okay, there's a Jack. Thanks for the nice email. Whew, but bugger was long. I know this was about he sent me something about how well milk hydrates you. Ozzy Gil Soto, thanks for showing face all the way from Texas. Off the hook. Get what? Get see everyone. What's that? I don't know. Corey Titterman coming from the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, Kihoalu player right there. Mahalo. Hi, Sam. Pasafiume. Aloha from St. Louis. Oh, thanks for joining us all the way from St. Louis. Redeemed Life Church Oahu. Oh, well, there we go. How's it? Andy, that's from Redeemed. Daniel Vu, aloha, Hamajang Gang, and Devin, one of our moderationizers, saying how's it to Planet People. She does that, you know. Daniel Vu says aloha, Uncle Andy, and aloha back at you. Michael Anthony Smith, nice to show face. Well, hey, clickanize you good. He'll be taking a nap soon because he works at night or something like that. Buddy Freaky, aloha. How's it, Andy? And we do get a playlist. How do we get a playlist of your music? I don't know. Nani, maybe you can make a note and we'll send it. But I don't really have one. I think Mad Statter put one together at one point, but you know, Miles coming in from the East Coast, kind of late for you, so mahalo for being in the holly. I appreciate it. Pernell writes things. Aloha, Nani Aloha, and Devin. Nani Aloha is also a moderator and also an associate producer. And Corey Titterman says, "Hey Andy, what? You doing one gig with Kermit Appeal on Thursday?" No, does it? Maybe you know something I don't. I wish I was. I'll be going to Pasadena on July 12th. We'll talk a little more about that. See, Honda, another one of our moderators, and also she oversees the Discord that we have and the X channel. Does an amazing job on that too, by the way. Thanks. Okay, so there we go. So for those of you, once again, I always assume someone has joined us who hasn't seen the show before. So let me give you the 10-cent tour. This is the main camera here, and then we have this one. And what it does is it tells us, as you can see, if I can point in the right direction, it tells us what we're going to be taking a look at today, news clip wise. We have Olelo o Hawaii is at risk because of budget cuts. Yeah, you heard of those, right? And then we're going to take a look at how the speed cameras are working. They're not sending out tickets yet, but they're sending warnings. Okay. These are Hawaii based news clips. And like I said, we avoid if it bleeds, it leads, right? The Hokulea has arrived in Tahiti. Have some wonderful footage about that. And short football field. Imagine you have a football field in high school that's the proper length, but if you threw a pass in the end zone, the receiver might hit a wall. That's what we're going to be talking about. And guess what? The state fair doesn't have anywhere to do it. For over 100 years, the Hawaii State Fair has been here. They have no home as of now. And then we have a bonus clip about a bridge, a pedestrian bridge that they built. We may have done something on that in the past, but such a cool bridge, I wanted to bring it up again. Okay? So that's this camera, and then we have this one here. We call it the the green camera because you can see the green screen over there that I use once in a while. Okay, and that's my laptop there, and you know, different things, right? Okay, hold on. Let's take this. I'm taking the lighting down a little bit. Stop it! I know, always adjusting. Okay, and then this is the other camera. This is our top view camera, and this gives you a chance of just, I mean, chance gives you a view of the editing bay behind me there. And we have, see that little camera? You can't see it, but it's all the way in the back there. Yeah, the view from that camera looks like this. How's that? Yeah, and that's a little model of a Porsche 550 Spider. Okay, so let's see. Should we? Oh, some more people came in. Hold on. Is Mad Statter here? No, I don't think I. Oh, I don't know. Let's ask her. Mad Statter, Daniel Vu would like to know if you're here. Yes, I am, but cannot get to the chat. Cannot get the chat to load on my YouTube page. On the YouTube page you're on. I know. Nani called me the other day. She goes, you know, when you start reading these things, you got to finish. It's weird when you stop mid sentence like that. I know, ADD. Oh, Panel writes things. Hey, aloha, how are you? Okay. Hey, June, Kubasic, aloha, gang. Andy, big time storm. Ah, here, because of the heat. I know heat is like that, brings all kinds of uncomfortabilities. Steve Diego says, do you like your big curved monitor, Andy? Looks nice and expensive. Yeah, and you know, for editing, Steve, it's the best, you know, because I can put all kinds of things up there, or you know, if I have a long timeline, run it all the way across. Yeah, and I've had it for I don't know. I got to be 4 years now. When I got it, it was about I guess it was about $1,500, something like that. You know. Oh, Jody's in the chat. I didn't see Jody come in. Where is she? Oh, don't see her. No, I'm going back too far back. Yeah, anyway, hi, Jody. Even though I don't see you, but Dana's here. Hi, Dana. Andy, how you doing? So pretty, all the backgrounds. Oh wow, thank you so much. Yeah, the light on this plant is changed because we the light we had. I guess it was yesterday or something. All of a sudden, in the middle of the show, it's just started blinking. Some kind of, you know, revolt against it. Huh, you're pretty tech savvy for someone in our age group. That is so funny, Dana. Our age group. I'll be 72 in December. And I'm talking to a friend of mine who's probably a little bit older than me. And we were talking about a phone call that I had. And he goes, oh, if that bugger said that to me, I would slam the phone down immediately. I said, wow, bro, you might broke your screen. Remember in the old days when you could slam the phone down? Yeah, he gets, I would slam the phone down. Ah. And Corey Titterman says, hey, Matt Statter, you doing 4 days of Aloha in Vancouver, Washington in a few weeks. Oops. Okay. Yep, I see Dana in the chat. Nani sends me, I have her text messages over here. In fact, I can show you what I see here in just a second. But you know what? Before we do that, before we do our first news item and stuff, I wanted to show you something. You know, if I had a YouTube channel called Frugal Geek, this might qualify for it. Okay, first of all, I'm a Velcro freak, right? I love Velcro. You know, I have the ribbons of it, the little circles, these things. You see, they just basically stick to each other like this. But you see this shape here? What I did was I was going through my closet, okay, and I found two door stops. They don't even match. They're different, but you know. And I went, huh. And then I realized I always like to have my keyboard tilted up, right? So I can, so what I did, I don't know if you can see this here, I Velcroed my, oh no, you know what? I got a better camera for this. Hold on. I have a camera and I'm not afraid to use it. Okay, here, look at this. You see this? Look, I Velcroed the door stops to the bottom of my keyboard, right? Look at that. See? And the thing is, I can peel them off and put them back on and adjust them so it sits flat, perfect like this, and I can move it around. I know, as opposed to one of those really, but they're for like $40, the cool ones that have the wood and the little pad. Yeah. And this one was ole dollars. How's that? Jennifer J. Brock, how's it? Buddy Ficky, you should, as Buddy thinks, you should do some clips of the original Daily Pigeon. Whoo, Cheap Geek, way better name, Cheap Geek. Okay, thank you. And what's this here? Zach Manzano. Hey, Zach. Um, Aloha, Andy. I was just watching High School Days. What? So hilarious. The comedy threshold was so different back then. Yeah, I know. But I don't take complete credit for that. That was Larry Fleece and, all kinds of other people, smart, funny guys that there was, hey, what if you did this? So I don't take full credit for it. But yeah, that was 1980. I did that one there. Wow. Oh, okay. Hey, Keone Nunes coming in from Thailand. How you, brother? Okay, let's take a look at our first news clip. And you know what, Keone, you're a good segue into this first clip because check it out. What it's about, okay, is how they are defunding Olelo Hawaii in certain areas. Okay, Olelo Hawaii is the language of Hawaii. Let's take a look at that first clip. Here we go.
Teachers at a Hawaiian language preschool in Windward, Oahu say the state is making big cuts to the program, and they're rallying to push back against that move. Wow. With Hawaiian flags and signs in hand, students and teachers rallied for what they say is their right to learn and educate in Olelo Hawaii, the Hawaiian language. Saturday's demonstration comes days before a Hawaiian language preschool in Kaneohe is set to lose one of its two classrooms. Wow. The program is called Punanaleo o Ko'olaupoko. It has had two classrooms at Pu'uhala Elementary for 11.
Don't you love how they added the Okina there? I bet you that was the people in that class.
years. Teachers and parents are fighting to keep both spaces.
I do not want my keiki to have to deal with this. And that is why we are fighting. That's why we're all here. That's why all of these keikis are here, because ina'ale na kako na vai. Who will do it, right? It's our kuleana, it's our birthright.
There are about 30 students in Punanaleo at Pu'uhala with a growing wait list. With one fewer classroom, teachers say enrollment will be cut in half.
I didn't grow up with Olelo Hawaii, but I knew that I wanted it for my kids. Eolaka Olelo Hawaii. We are in Hawaii, and we would hope that everyone would learn to prioritize Olelo Hawaii in Hawaii.
Most of the students who complete Punanaleo move on to Kaiapuni, the Hawaiian immersion program at Pu'uhala. It has more than 200 students total. That includes about 95 in the Kaiapuni middle and high school classes that Hawaiian language advocates pushed for.
Olelo Hawaii is my first language. I went to Punanaleo Ko'olaupoko, and I've had to fight to see all of this stuff happening once we finally have a firm foundation. It's like they want to just get rid of us.
To learn Hawaiian because we're in Hawaii. That should be our main language here.
The classroom that Punanaleo was using is being reallocated to the elementary school, which has more than 80 students. The Department of Education says Punanaleo was offered space at a neighboring campus, but turned it down.
For us over here on the windward side, we have no other options in the DOE. The closest is Waimanalo or Hau'ula. For other people who want an English standard education, they have other options that are right up the road.
Why do we have to fight so hard for our Olelo on our own soil? This is our land.
The DOE says it is enhancing Kaiapuni education with a special education classroom and an academic coach. The department is also developing a 5-year strategic plan to advance immersion education statewide. Punanaleo o Ko'olaupoko's downsizing is set for Tuesday.
Oh man, that goes through. I remember when I was in high school. Keone, did they have Hawaiian class when we in high school? Keone and I went to the same high school. I don't seem to remember, but I do remember taking Spanish of all things. Who hail to thee? Hey, Steve Danielson right here. He was also in class with me, literally sitting next to me at the desks and stuff. So, Stephen, do you remember Hawaiian classes being offered at Waianae? No, huh? Ah, man, I tell you, yeah, that hurts, huh? It does, doesn't it, Michael? It's weird. My grandmother spoke fluent Hawaiian, and my father spoke Hawaiian, but he would never speak it because he was of that generation that was ostracized. If they spoke Hawaiian, they were punished. They weren't allowed to speak it in school and that kind of, what? I know. I guess my dad right now would be in his 90s. He passed away some years ago, but still. Oh, Onipa, indeed. Yeah. Whew, this news hurts my heart. Yeah, but, here we are. Many don't realize that the Hawaiian language is the official language of the state. Yeah, I knew that. In fact, if you go to court and you only speak Hawaiian, they have to deal with it. And it's none of that, hey, you're in America, speak English, because, yeah. Oh yeah, K-Max, same as my grandma, right? I know, but and all ooh, all you got was the ole ho'opake, what the ho'opake, don't stick tongue. Nah, locked up there in the middle of it. Kenny Roberts, how you, brah? Andy Hamajang coming in hot from Kihei, Maui. Wait, hold on. Let's go to the big board. That a message that long deserves the big board. What do you say? And because he always talks about his gigs, and we certainly want to know that. Let's see, man. It's been warm here. I'll be at the Maui. Yeah, see, I knew it. Oh, one more time. I'll be at the Maui Kasi this evening, the 8. This thing is I don't know why it's I got to adjust the time where it automatically goes back. Whew, but first, Daily Pigeon. Okay. What I'm trying to. Am I reading that wrong? At the Maui, would you Maui Coast? Is that what you were trying to say there? Nah. Anyway, if it's an official language of the state, then they need to fund it. Gee, how'd you come up with that idea? Brilliant. My yeah, get to the politicians, you know what I mean? Hey, how's it, Christopher Turco? Since Olelo is the official language of Hawaii according to the state constitution, there should do everything possible to keep the program strong. You'd think so, yeah. And what I'm doing in my little way is bringing awareness to it through this little show. So there we go. Who? Yeah, look, not that I remember, only if surf's up. Yeah, that picture, by the way, is Steve Danielson walking to the car after sessions at York's, Yokohama. That's right. Hey, Mark, aloha. Long time no see. How about Pidgin? Well, I did that video about Pidgin being recognized as an actual language because so many people in Hawaii said, "What's your first language?" And they put Pidgin. So the people who did the census, not me, not the state, the people who did the census called it a language. A lot of people misunderstood when I did that video about it being recognized as an actual language because everybody went, "Oh, I can understand it. It's not like Creole from South Africa or whatever, right? South Salvador, yo, hey, how's it from a big island of Texas, right?" There was a language class. I forgot the teacher's name, but she was Miley Andrade's mom. Oh, okay. So we did have a Hawaiian language class. Didn't even know. That's how well they promoted it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Okay. Let's see. How are we doing on time? Uh, okay. Wait. Keep uh, keep reading the chat. Okay, I'll do that. New Mexico has Spanish as second language. Ohio's Constitution was written in German. Really? Sprechen Sie Deutsch, mein Herr? Yeah, I was born in Germany. People don't. My mom's German. My dad was over in Germany after the war. And doing the cleanup there. In fact, I love mentioning this. I asked my um, uncle one time, how did dad score this beautiful German girl? I mean, Filipino Hawaiian. He looked like Sammy Davis Jr. How the heck he scored that beautiful girl? And my uncle went, it was Germany. Hitler killed off all the men. The GIs was scoring left and right. Yeah, he was very articulate that way. Oh, still talk Pidgin. Yeah. Oh, get plenty people on our West Coast. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they can't afford to live in Hawaii, so they move. Hey, Chaz, what's this? Hey, how's it, bro? Aloha from Waianae, Arizona. Yeah, where you live, Sierra Vista. I have a good friend who lives in Sierra Vista, and I spent some time there. He's a motorcycle guy, and we started in Sierra Vista. Got in his RV, and I did a bunch of comedy shows. He and I in this RV. It should have been a series. It was good fun. Yeah. Mrs. Wu was, oh, I remember Mrs. Wu was her name. Claudia Wu was her daughter. Was that Stennett Wu? And was that the same Wu's from Stennett, guys? I think Claudia was a little older than me, but was Stennett, yeah, was the brother. The brother was Stennett, huh? Sorry, I was slipping in and out there. Hey, aloha, Terry, and Jaffa person blue hold pencil. What is that? An emoji or something that I don't know about? Okay. By the way, let's take if well, I'd always like to mention that we're on a number of different platforms. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these other ones, and if wait a minute, I want to do this right. Where is it? Oh, here. Okay, I think this is right. Oh, what's that? Turn that off. Okay, hold on. Trying this out. Boop. Okay, yeah. So this is the YouTube page, okay? And if you notice, you go down there, and there's a lot of the old, the shows that we've done in the past, right? So you can go back, you watch those if you like, right? And, hey, look, there's Lono and yeah. And Paulo Gata, right? So that's YouTube, and then we're also on Facebook. Okay, we have Andy Bumatai, but I also have Andrew Bumatai, and if as you can tell right there, it's still. You know what? I wonder why it's not live. Don't start thinking about that. It should be live, or maybe you got to click on something so you see it again, right? And Andy Bumatai is streaming. Okay, here we go. This is um, what happened? Oh, I see. It's doing that thing because I'm looking at, right? Again, if you're on Twitch, more of this kind of stuff, right? And then also we're on LinkedIn, right? Daily Pigeon Live, LinkedIn, and you go down to the bottom here, and that's where, you click on something if you want to watch it live. And today, I hope I don't also on YouTube, Raw Rides Hawaii is another YouTube channel I have, and this is motorcycle stuff. Rides I've taken and stuff I've done on the motorcycle interviews, and that kind of stuff. I know, what a geek. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's take a look at the next news item. Okay, and what do we have? Wait, let me click the button so the correct one is highlighted so I can remember. Speed cam warnings. Now, this is a very controversial move because a lot of people hate these speed cams. obviously, but also they're trying out red light cams, people who have gone through red lights, right? And at this point, they're not ticketing anybody, but they're sending them warnings in the mail. So if you get one, this won't last. At some point, there'll be real tickets. Don't ignore them.
Drivers are still in the warning phase for Oahu's new speed camera system, but the state is making adjustments already at one busy Kalihi intersection where we've seen thousands of tickets racked up, far more than any others. Bryce Moore with our top story.
Oahu's red light cameras are now watching for speeders as well, and drivers at Like Like Highway and School Street are getting caught the most.
Last month we had about 14,000 that this is going to go out. Of that 14,000, 5,000 came from Like Like and School, that intersection.
Over 55,000 warning letters have been sent since March. Another 17,000 are on the way. The cameras only flag drivers going more than 11 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Without stepping on a brake, you're just rolling down the road at 35. Yeah. So you gotta consciously think about 25 miles an hour. Right. So we had to, retrain our brain to drive.
You gotta constantly think about 35 miles an hour. I love it. You gotta retrain our brain. Oh man, I could use a brain retraining, that's for sure.
Slow through the intersection.
Now, the warning period hasn't just been a learning experience for drivers. It's been for the state as well. The Department of Transportation tells me they're going to be making some changes to this Like Like and School Street intersection.
If you go in one direction, the speed limit is 35. You go in the opposite direction, it's 35 up till you get to the intersection, then it turns into 25. We changed it to 35 subsequently because it's not fair. And we're readjusting the signage in that area to ensure that 35 is the speed limit through that intersection.
They're going to change the signage then. Yeah, they'll change the signs. Okay, hey, so the government heard us and they responded.
Others add signage should be changed from photo enforced to something a little more specific.
Just like click it or ticket. You speed up, you paid a fine. Yeah. We're not going to know until it becomes muscle memory for us here.
And for now, the warning letters are being mailed from the camera vendor in Arizona.
Just know it's legitimate. Take a look at it, open it up, see what speeds you're going through that area. It'll link you up to videos or photos of your vehicle going through that portion.
Sniffen says the vendor will have a Honolulu address by the time the warning period ends. Real citations with fines will start rolling out in October. Bryce Moore, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
Ooh, yeah, that intersection, that is a real precarious situation. And I ride a motorcycle, so it's like, okay, where's it coming from? And Lee, I want to hear what Lee said here. I wasn't able to read it clearly. I just missed it. I decided to go through the poly, but I drove slow due to the huge bumps. That's their job, the huge bumps. The speed bumps. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. So thank you for working. Oh, look at that. I just noticed, Nani puts these things up there. This is a little thing that cycles through that tells us, what platforms we're on if you want to go take a look at that. Mm-hmm. In fact, I think I can control this bug. Click. Yeah, there. I can bring that up there. It's 3:56 in Hawaii. This is 3:56 p.m., right? We put that there because you'd be surprised how often somebody comes, is this live? And I actually go, no, Margaret, it's not live. I'm sorry. Oh, bummer. I was hoping you would be live. Well, that would be nice, but, it's not going to happen today. Okay, maybe next time. Yep, Margaret, I'll see you. Oh, man. I went through Pi'ikoi and King Street, too. I hate it when people block my way when I'm going home. Well, you hate it when people block your way when you're going anywhere. I know. I know you're trying to slow the speed of drivers and make things safer, but I'm not a fan of those cameras. Yeah, well, there's the creepy factor, right? And But remember those speed vans they used to have, and they'd park them on the side of the road, and then they'd catch speeders. And people hated them. And they wanted to know who was in it. I know. And then somebody, I think, threw something out of a car and hit it, and then they said, "You know what? The public doesn't want this." You know, you'd think there would be some kind of vote, or we'd have some say in whether we want Big Brother on every intersection. But what did he say? 5,000 tickets or something crazy. I don't mind if people block my way while I'm heading to work. In no hurry, huh? By the way, Bad Statter, check her out. Chatter with Statter on Twitch and on YouTube. So, very entertaining show. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We have one more news clip here. This isn't part of the official ones, but let's take a listen.
Congratulations are in order for a group of community college chemistry students who have cracked the genetic code and created a superfood that can change your physical characteristics. Their first product, abdomen bread, which will completely eliminate the fat around your abdomen, giving you those coveted six-pack abs. Also awaiting FDA approval, bicep beer, booby berries, hair pears, and the much anticipated handsome ham. Put me down for some of that. More on this story as details emerge.
We've come a long way from, high school days. I shot that against this green screen here. Right here. I moved that desk and did a thing, and that's where I shoot that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, there's a good idea. Stop speeding. Who'd have thunk it, GB? You might be onto something here. I don't know. Maybe we should, get the government, who's the best at making rhymes, like click it or ticket, to, speed or get a ticket. That's catchy. Sounds like a rap song. Okay, maybe not. Dink. Right. Oh, hey. Kehaulani. Aloha. You know you kehaulani, huh? Bah. Hey, Andy, I finally got you at the right time. Live. Disappointing, isn't it, Kehaulani? I'm sorry about that. Did you see our new, I don't know, should I call it keyboard cam? Right here? Yeah. By the way, here, just so you know my perspective, because I can pick this up and move it around, because it's here. I'll show you what it is. I have to free my hand up so I can click the button. You see, this is it's an old iPhone. This is I think an iPhone SE or something from a million years ago. Remember I was telling you when I found the doorstops, I found this and went, hey, I wonder if this would work as a camera, and I plugged in it. So if you have any old iPhones laying around, they make great webcams, right? Because I'm doing this here, check, see. So this is my perspective. This is what I'm seeing here. There's the all the controls for those things that jump up, and this is a Elgato prompter, and I can put stuff on there to read if I want to. These are all the buttons I have because my Stream Deck broke, so I created virtual buttons and put them on this little screen so I can click around and do things. And then this is the a monitor that I use. This is all where the chat messages come on and all the different controls for all the different things. And this is that's the text messages that Nani sends me there. Okay, so there we go. Oh, let me put this back here without bumping stuff. Okay. But I mean, isn't this this is clear for a camera that's how old? This camera is gotta be what, 5, 6 years old or something. Certainly well enough, good enough for a webcam, don't you think? I know. Okay. Oh, be careful with the keyboard cam. You might get a ticket for exceeding the words per minute. That will never happen in my instance. Mark, I appreciate the compliment, but I gotta tell you, I will stumble and screw around. By the way, I forgot who it was who said cool shirt. I wore this one time and some, bro, how come your shirt is blurry? Because that's the pattern of the shirt. It's like certain stuff. It's like, I guess it was designed by some guy who liked depth of field or something. Anyway, dude. Yes, Andy, the Alfred app will turn into a cheap security camera. The will turn, I don't know what that means. Mission control. There we go. Too confusing for me. Oh, it was Christopher. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I was partial to the green M&Ms, but you're also the one who mentioned the shirt. So mahalo, Christopher. I was partial to the green M&Ms. Who was it? Was it Van Halen and the brown M&Ms? I know the M&Ms that they didn't want in there were brown, but there we go. Okay, so let's go back to this and see what's up, because I used to have a memory and now I have a widget. Where'd it go? There it is, finally popping back up. Okay, we looked at the speed cams, right? And the Hokulea arrives. How many people have seen the Hokulea in person? I have. In fact, Keone took 2 voyages on the Hokulea, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct with that, Keone? You said you took, because what was it last Monday? You were talking about the different kinds of sails. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what. Wait, let's go to the big board because it's worth it. I'll get to the clip in a second here. Remember when the inside-out jackets were the style, had the whitish see-through there? Yeah, I have some Aloha shirts like that inside-out pattern. I didn't like it. I like, I don't know if it's the Filipino in me, but I like it, when the colors are vivid. Obviously, you look at the way I do screens. Looks like my comment about the orange ones got deleted. They were supposed to make the girls' boobs smaller. I don't know. Oh, are you commenting on the food thing that I did? The fake news. Aloha shakalaka with the shakalaka. I like that. Yes, I was crew. Yeah, okay, you were that member. Whew. I saw it when brand new. Yeah, it was big news. And guess what? They're going to Tahiti, like I said. Let me get back to where I was. And they have not been there in almost 60 years. How cool is that? Let's watch.
The voyaging canoes Hokulea and Hikianalia arrived in Papeete, Tahiti today. Our Mahealani Richardson and video journalist John Suyat were there for the ceremony.
I have to admit, my heart is racing. We're still on our way to Papeete, and we went from a smaller boat to Hokulea, and the conditions are pretty rough. So as soon as I got up to the boat,
The camera loves Mahealani. Amazing.
Just grabbed on for dear life, and here I am. Hokulea and Hikianalia were greeted by a flotilla of canoes. They also brought the crew members to shore, and once that happened, the crowd let out a huge roar, just in affirmation that the crew has arrived. This arrival in Papeete, Tahiti is special.
Wow.
Because it's just like the maiden voyage in 1976. I have to
say when I think back at how rough that journey must have been. I'm glad I'm here now. We've learned a few things, and yes, there are many wahine. Sometimes we even have more wahine than kane on board. They're strong, they're smart, they're able. Everyone here really has to pull their own weight and demonstrates their ability as they're selected for crew for these voyages. And each one here is very, very capable, and it's a very different place, different time now, 50 years. I think you're just going to see more wahine, but it's always a good blend.
Once on land, the crew members made a procession to the ceremonial area. They were greeted by students from Kamehameha schools and thousands of people from the public. This area is called Plage Hokulea, or Hokulea Beach. Next up for Hokulea
Beach?
and Hikianalia is Mataea and Moorea. Reporting from Tahiti, French Polynesia, I'm Mahealani Richardson with Hawaii News Now.
Look at that shot. Man, you live for a shot like that. Oh, such a camera geek. And it's faded because, it's transitioning. I stopped it in the middle of it, Okay. Oh, man. There we go. I interviewed her in the car. She's such a nice person. I've mentioned that before. Okay, let's play a music video and just kind of take a break from the news, small kind, all right? This one here, this is Lono and what Matt Statter calls a Lono listening break on her channel, because Lono donates a lot of music to us, myself. In fact, a Photo Luke he gives music to, so we're always happy to have it. But he did a song that's very close to Hamajang, right? It was that, so it became our theme song. So then he sent me a new version, and I think this is the one with subtitles. Let's see.
Okay, Hamajang gang. Let's go. Aloha. SDR. Key of C. Aheo ko kamo element ke ho'okane ho video e aloha na mele na he na he e ole aloha le. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up having jang jang. Aheo ko Tina Rose Cager ke ho'okane ho jewelry e aloha na mele na he na he. Hello, Holly. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up my jang jang. Oh yeah, co SD Dodger, 2020 World Series champs. Hey, aloha na mele na he na he. Hey, hello, Holly. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up my jang jang. Cisco, San Jose, ke ho'okani city by the bay. E aloha na mele na he na he. Aloha le. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up hammer jang jang. Aheo ko ia Cindy Krause, ke ho'okani in your warm house. E aloha na mele na he na he. Aloha le. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up hammer jang jang. Oh, Cole, Brendan, Holly Boy, Poki Lomi, Salmon and Poi. Hey, aloha, na mele na he na he. Hey, aloha le. Everybody dance, sing, everybody end up. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up hammer jang jang.
Aloha, Darlene S. here. The weather has improved, so I'm out in my garden playing, but I always have time for watching Daily Pigeon Live, and you should too.
Everybody dance, everybody sing. And for those of you who may not know, Helma Jang Jang was a slang, a real old pigeon slang for drunk or KK, three seats to the wind, brother was all Helma Jang Jang. So what we called and Helma Jang is of course hey, mahalo Papi Cheney for gift subbing Gil Soto X. But when everything's all mixed up, or you take a sock drawer, throw it on the ground, they think it's Hammer Jang. Oh, those socks all Hammer Jang. So we called ourselves in the chat the Hammer Jang Gang. And then Lono had the Hammer Jang Jang song, and guess what? I know. Funny how things happen. Yeah. By the way, that little graphic that you saw jump up on the screen, that's a Twitch thing. Okay. You can tell because YouTube doesn't have gift subs like that, right? Puppy Cheney is I'm just thinking if I had a drop of Poppy, I might. Wait, hold on. Let me it just, I'm all about timing. Hold on.
For those of you seated in an exit seat, please review the exit seating criteria.
Aloha, Gangy. Aloha, Andy. Poppy Cheney here.
Gamma Cheney here.
Even when we're traveling cross country, across the mainland, we always find time to watch the Daily Pigeon Live.
With Andy Bumatai.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Ooh, there we go. Sky View for Papi Cheney. He's a pilot, right? What he does is he trains the people who fly the planes that help fight the fires. He supports those people and the people on the ground with what he does. Good work. From the Sky View right there. Ooh, remember Sky King? You're too young to know that, Poppy Cheney. But anyway, there we go. No Cooper. No, we had Super Cooper on last Monday, right? This week we're doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday shows, and we may settle in on that only because something happened. I can do the show every day if nothing else in my life takes precedent. But one thing happens and oh no, and it's difficult for me to, clip because I have to find the news items, edit them, convert them, load them, do all this stuff. I wish I could just go pink, pink, but nothing works that way. And I guess, and what John Lennon, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Yeah, didn't he find out? Good, Cooper scritches for me, Puppy Chain. Oh, give Cooper scritches. Ear scritches. Oh, he loves that. And he doesn't shed. I stay at Papi Cheney's house when I'm within striking distance and doing any gigs in the Lincoln, California area. Beautiful little area there. Oh, and Papi saying, Shakalaka, it is currently occupying a portion of my lap. Good dog. There we go. Now, okay. So let's see. How are we doing on time? Oh my goodness, we're about a quarter to the bottom of the hour. What should we do? Let's go check how many of these news clips. Man, did you see my brain freeze up just then? Okay. This one here, man, I got to tell you, there's a high school, right? And they'd love to have homecoming games and homecoming events and stuff, but their field is too short. In fact, I think the guy in this video says at some point when they're practicing, everybody has to turn around and go the other way because they can't keep going. I know. I'm being confusing, so let's let this news clip explain it way better than I ever would.
Preparing for a brand new high school football season is challenging enough, but imagine doing it with massive field restrictions and limitations. Eric Necton has an update on a local prep team aiming to tackle turmoil heading toward opening kickoff.
Tackle
It kind of makes us
turmoil.
feel bad, and I know the community around us wants to see us play here.
Football games, including homecoming on your home field. It's something countless high school athletes and fans throughout Hawaii may take for granted. There are those dealing with circumstances many will never have to deal with. That includes Kalaheo High School in Kailua.
I don't think they ever had a home game here, if I'm not mistaken. So what we're trying to do is to offer home games for our students, because even our student body, if we can just keep things here, also money, everything can stay within our school. We're really fighting for that.
The school contending with a retaining wall, which has reportedly led to the team having to cancel home games.
What happens is it's too close to the back of our end zone in order to have home games here or any type of football game.
Do you feel like if you guys had home games on your home field, you'd be able to have better morale, or the team would do better?
I think so, because we would get more support from our community. More support from our school. Being able to play here at our actual on campus I think we would play better and we would feel better.
We have home games at Kailua right now, at Kailua High School. They don't have lights, it doesn't work. So our proposal is if we're not going to play at nighttime, we can play in the daytime at our stadium. The only issue we ran into was that retaining wall. We can't even have homecoming here. We have to have.
Look at that. I mean, imagine go long, bruh. My helmet not that strong. Oh, man.
Homecoming at other people's stadiums. We also have to have senior nights at other people's stadiums. We're fortunate to have a field that we have. We have stands here also, so we can hold audiences, we can hold fans and all that. We just can't have home games. We even hold scrimmages here, but we have to go opposite direction of the wall. So we did it a few years in a row already, where we just.
But they gotta pad the wall. Look at that. In case some, kid, I'll get him. Ah! Oh my goodness.
Go one direction.
Currently, there are no plans to tear down the wall.
Our latest push is to find out who can approve us to knock our wall down and dig into the mountain, maybe another 10 yards. We reached out to Mike Lee, our district rep, and he's supporting it 100%, and he's helping us.
Hawaii Representative Mike Lee recently shared, quote, "The shorter cinder retaining wall is one of many obstacles preventing the school from holding home football games." Representative Lee also added, "What we've learned is the area wall is under the management of the Department of Transportation, also known as DOT. The wall was originally built to help flatten the current field without compromising the larger wall behind it. Additionally, it also currently directs water runoff from the hillside to drainage systems so the main field does not flood. According to reports, in the past 3 years, there was a proposed..."
Look at that picturesque shot right there. Doesn't it make you want to just go sit on that bench and just enjoy the ambiance? They could hit, a weed whacker might be helpful. I'm not sure.
Swap for the DOE to manage the area, but it was declined due to reported liability risk and the complexity.
Oh, that's an even better shot. I know. You think they would get a shot to give you an idea of really, where the football field ends.
Of maintaining the area. The school is continuing efforts to reassess the situation with an open mind. Island News reached out to DOE and DOT Sunday and is awaiting comments. Eric Necton, Island News.
Wow. and they're just looking for 10 more yards. You think they could take it from the other side? I don't know. Well, I want to see the shot that really gives us a perspective of, what they're trying to fit in there. Amazing. Oh, no. I know, no going like that. I know. Who tear down the stands? I don't know. Something. In the car, can't type well. Oh, don't type at all. Keone, what do you... I know, so sad. It is, Imagine never having had a homecoming game. I mean, that's a big part of high school. Keone knows he was a star in our football team doing and the stadium games. And, oh, man, yeah. Whoop, yup. Keone Nunes. Yep, he was there. Who? Matt Statter says really nice. Yeah. What's okay? Private conversation. Avert your eyes. Okay. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, I have another fake news story. I have three of these queued up, so I don't know what they are. I'm just going to play them. Here we go. Welcome to the Daily Pidgin News. Today, the self-proclaimed Speak Police elevated their opposition to what they deem denigrating use of spoken English. An eyewitness reports that a man speaking to a crowd was struck by multiple water balloons after saying, and I quote, "I was totally concerned that I wouldn't be able to have a say in the resolution," which triggered the water balloon assault. Police are investigating. I don't know. Oh, the Speak Police. Yeah, that's right. and they're now a band. No, they're not. They're the actual bunch of people that says, if you say too many times, you will be struck by a balloon full of water. Okay? And there's nothing worse than a homecoming game on a borrowed field because that's not home. Duh. Yeah. I'm not driving, so it's okay. Oh, okay. Thought you were. Even in Thailand, I'm guessing that's not a smart thing to do, right? But it's probably way less expensive. No, ooh, for sure, totally rad. Oh no, now it's slay. That's a slay. Sick. When sick first started getting popular, something that was good was sick. Whoa, the waves were sick. I was actually sick, and some kid says, "How are you?" I said, "Oh, I'm sick." He looks at me, and says, "Get over yourself." What? So hot here. I'm a misspeak at times, so get cooled off all the time. So get wow. I don't know. Can you hear the jazz popping off in the background? I can actually control the volume with my watch. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Watch this. But let me turn it down so I don't get a copyright infringement. Boom. You know that song too. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's see what time we got. Oh man, 4 minutes to the bottom of the hour. That was fast, guys. Thank you so much. That's all, I got to tell you. Yep, 4 minutes. Thank you. Thank you, Nani. 4 minutes. And did we get to all our news items? I don't know. Let me check the list. Oh, we have one more. We got to get to this one. The Hawaii State Fair, right? Which for I think 100 years, almost 100 years, the Fernandez family, E.K. Fernandez, and they have been doing this fair. Well, guess what? I know I'm not going to say anything further because I don't want to blow the punchline. So check this out.
Well, it is official. The 50th State Fair won't be bringing the fun this summer for thousands of visitors and residents across the island. Our Kristen Concilio spoke today with the head of E.K. Fernandez and shows about the future of the state's only large-scale fair that's been a local tradition for many generations.
Time has run out for E.K. Fernandez to find a new venue for the 50th State Fair after losing his home at Aloha Stadium to redevelopment.
It's a part of Americana that people enjoy, and the people of Hawaii should have it. I mean, otherwise, you got to get on a plane, you got to fly to Disneyland or another state fairgrounds, and that's expensive.
And despite the challenges, the head of EK Fernandez says he's working overtime to find a new location to continue the more than century-old fair for future generations.
We all want to escape the challenges at work or school or whatever we got going on. And you turn on the TV or social media, it's kind of debilitating. That's what the fairs are about.
There you go. That's what the fairs are about, an alternative to social media. Get out there and see people IRL, ASAP, LOLOMG.
Leave your troubles outside the front gate. Come on in, have a fun time.
But it's not been easy. He's asked both the state and city to step in, but so far hasn't been able to find a suitable location, spoiling the summer fun for many fairgoers.
GB, they need a new venue, yeah. But it's a little difficult to find some place that has free parking for 1,000 people. That's what they're looking for. I think that's the, as my mom used to say, sticky wicket.
Supply funding. We supply happiness. We're not providing happiness, that's what we've done for 120 years, and we're missing it this year. I should be working right now really hard at providing kicks and giggles and smiles and fun, and we're not doing that.
Did you see
EK
that?
Fernandez needs a central location with parking to accommodate more than 100,000 people for at least 7 weeks, normally from late May until early July. The fair generates millions of dollars in revenue each year and is also a major moneymaker for the state's nonprofit organizations. Kristen Concilio, Island News.
Wow. I'm going to pause here for a second. The button to pause these things is a tiny little button, and my cursor's, it's like, that's why you see me trying to stop it and, and showcasing that I don't rehearse this stuff. Maybe I should. I don't know. So I guess free parking, 1,000 parking spots is why not to, why I, wait a minute, let me start this over. I guess 3,000 parking spots is why not the drive in LOI. Let me decipher that. I guess 1,000 parking spots is why I don't drive. There we go. How's it, Mark? He just listens to LED live a bit ago from his garage. Ooh, nahe. Played along a little on my fiddle at home. Wow, there we go. And Keone, I remember when had 2 50th State Fair and Farm Fair at the Magic Island and McKinley, respectively. Yeah. There's a whole generation that doesn't want to drive too, so that might have something to do with it. But basically, it's where do you park that monolith of an organization, Ooh, Melissa says, nice. She's Melissa on Facebook. On YouTube, she's shakalaka. Okay, we're going to get to one last one here. This is the bonus one. I can't remember if we did a thing on this before, but that new walkway bridge, that bridge that goes from Ala Moana side to the park side, crossing Ala Moana Boulevard, yeah. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll helle on, as they say.
More than 6 years after a deadly crash at a busy Ala Moana intersection, there's now a safer way for pedestrians to cross those 6 lanes of traffic.
It is a multi-million-dollar bridge over the roadway. Jonathan Masaki was there as it opened to the public.
It's a scene that state officials do not want to see again. 3 people killed and several others injured near the intersection of Kamakee and Ala Moana Boulevard. This after they were hit by a truck while waiting on a traffic island. This is one of the main reasons why the Ala Moana Boulevard pedestrian bridge was built. And now, after several delays, it is finally open.
Those tragic lives were taken because we had nothing to come across. They were there in a curb, and this truck just rammed into them.
When we talk,
how nice to hear someone speak so naturally, and the truck just ran into them. As opposed to, and then the vehicular incident happened in an inopportune time. I love it.
About the city and the state working towards our Vision Zero goal
of no pedestrian deaths. It involves elevated pedestrian bridges like this. It's dedicated bike lanes. It's sidewalks. It's everything that we possibly can.
The overall price tag for this bridge was about $26 million, $4 million.
$26 million. No comment. How often do you use that bridge? No comment lives right next to it. His building is literally, according to that comment, right next to it. I walk that bridge every day. Wow. Well, then you were very happy to see it come to fruition. That's great. Love it. Okay. Whoops. See, little button. Click, searching.
That came from state funds. All told, build grant, federal formula funds, state funds, and private funds all came into play for this $26 million. And just by looking at it, it's very clear just how sturdy the crossing is. Would you talk about just how sturdy it is?
Absolutely. We built this to make sure that it was resilient long term, not just to the people who are going to be using it, the potentials of impacts from vehicles down below, but also from impacts from ocean waters coming through. We wanted to make sure that this would stand long term.
Aho Cordell Kekoa was on hand to officially bless the bridge.
I would love for you to think about this. What is a bridge? In our Hawaiian language, it is alahaka.
Alahaka.
And that alahaka is a place where it helps you to get from one place to the other over a difficult time span.
And with that, a pule or prayer was offered, and various state, city, construction, and other officials unfurled the mighty lei and declared the bridge open.
And it's really beautiful, so I really encourage you all to use it, and I'm going to.
Since this is a busy intersection for Na Malahini and Na Kama'aina alike, that will likely be the case. Jonathan Masaki, Hawaii News Now.
Wow. So, Michimama, construction pillars have to take another route to Waikiki. You mean like big trucks or something that can't get past that height requirement or something? Yeah, I know. They messed up with the center pylon and had to re-pour the concrete, adding to the delay. Well, it would have cost, $20 million. But that one repouring was another $6 million. And by the way, I don't know if you heard him. It was a combination of city funds, federal funds, private funds. That one's the one. Huh? I mean, someone said, "Oh, I'd like to." Wait a minute. No comment. Was that you? Private funds? Just wondering. Okay. Oh, let's play with my last fake news, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay? Hold on. The motion picture industry of America is seeking fairness concerning the ratings they as an industry are subjected to. And they are not looking to change these guidelines. What they seek is to have the same standard of ratings clearly posted as a warning to those watching salespeople, online date seekers, and especially politicians. As a start, they suggest the ratings authentic, questionable, inappropriate, and basic skepticism. We at the Daily Pidgin News are all for it. That's fair. I really thought those would take off, but they didn't go anywhere. Yes, and it was Howard Hughes co-paid. Yeah, from the grave. That's how rich that bugger was. Yeah, so it's the Howard Hughes Company, evidently, and me by paying for housing with Howard Hughes. You and Howard, I gotta tell you, no comment. Mahalo for all the people who don't need go. Okay, wait, after the truck. No, run. Okay, I think I overplayed that one a little bit. So there we have it, gang. Mahalo nui loa. Let me hit my fancy graphic. Thanks, Mahalo for watching. We're going to hit the button and we will be back Friday at Tree Turtles. And it looks like the show will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the foreseeable future as we kind of settle in on that. And then we're going to, wait a minute, hold on. Nani's typing something. Wednesday. What does that mean? Wednesday with exclamation point. It's Wednesday? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I mean, this is Monday. Stupid. Okay, it's Monday. We'll be back Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I lost my days. Yeah. Okay. See you Friday. Nice. I don't. I know. I always ask people, no matter what, speak in complete sentences. Because if you go Wednesday, I go what? Because my mind doesn't work like that. Yeah. In other words, normally. Okay. Hitting the button. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. No comment. See you tomorrow. Yeah, maybe I'll be on the bridge. Oh, hey, brother Sam, lurking, you bugger. Mahalo. Thanks for being here. All right, here we go.